Wildfires continuing to burn throughout our state, devastating scenes as we continue to track firefighting efforts. Darlene Melendez joins us again now with an update on the work they're putting in. Darlene.
Hey there, Ron. Well, as we mentioned, those conditions just keep changing. We just felt another one of those really strong gusts of winds that Kelly was talking about here in Las Vegas. So that is definitely blowing through that thick smoke in the air here. We're seeing those dark plumes of smoke around us. It is really hazy. And again, it just smells so much like smoke as firefighters do continue their firefight in this combined fire. So let's get an update on this fire near us. We're talking about the Calf Canyon Hermit's Peak fire in northern New Mexico. It is the largest wildfire in the country right now. It has burned over 160 acres. It is just 20% contained. We are checking evacuations for you. They're scrolling there at the bottom of your screen. Make sure you keep your eye on that throughout the day as you are wondering about your area. Shelters are open up in Yasco High School, the Red River Convention Center, Taos County Fairgrounds, and the Glorieta Adventure Park. Now, this is just one of several wildfires that are burning throughout the state right now. So let's get you a check on those. The Cerro Pelado fire, that fire is near Jemez Springs. It is 13% contained. It has charred more than 26,000 acres. There's a meeting on this fire tonight at 5 on Facebook. Crews are making progress on the Cooks Peak fire. That is north of Mora. It is now 89% contained. It is burned more than 59,000 acres. Now, right now, there are more than 1,200 personnel fighting fires, both on the ground and in the air. It really is a joint effort here. Our anchor, Sasha Leninger, got a good view for us, and she explains how air crews have a strategy when it comes to getting a full handle on these flames.
Relief from the air is a much-needed tool when it comes to wildfires. Air crews play a vital role in helping stop the spread of flames and protecting homes.
It's a monster fire, and it's going to take some time.
That monster still going strong, but crews doing their part in taming it from above. Our cameras capturing them dropping water this afternoon.
The scoopers were used first to try and slow the advancing wildfire.
These aircraft are tasked with dropping water on the fire to cool it down, making it less intense, giving fire crews time to prepare a containment line on the ground.
The air tankers were used to create a retardant line on top of a ridge just west of town.
The retardant is that reddish pink substance that creates a second containment line, meaning they have a backup in place in case flames move past that first containment line that ground crews made. Then they use bucket ships.
Helicopters of different sizes with buckets of different sizes dip into a lake or a pond and then fill those buckets with water and drop that on a hot spot to cool it down.
A Sky 7 capturing this bucket filling up at a nearby lake. These drops can help cool down hot spots, allowing ground crews to get in and directly attack the fire.
Keep in mind, these helicopters and planes can only be used if weather conditions cooperate, meaning if it's too windy, they'll be grounded. In Sky 7, I'm Sasha Leninger, KOAT, Action 7 News. Back to you.
And crews do say if their aircrafts do get grounded, like we've been telling you, this weather is so volatile. These gusts just pick up here right now. If their aircrafts do get grounded, that makes it so much harder for those fire crews fighting the fire on the ground because they'll have to scale it back, their firefight, and that means that fire would be left to burn unchecked. Well, as these fires do continue, a big concern for people who are evacuating or on standby to be evacuated is what do they do with their pets? Not all shelters allow them, but don't worry, there are resources for you. So we got to look at some of those today. The Glorieta Center, it is taking in evacuees mostly from the Calf Canyon and Hermit's Peak fire. They're taking in both human and pet evacuees. It's a simple process. When people arrive at the center with their pets, they can choose to have their pets in kennels outside their room doors or at a pop-up shelter that they've built on site.
All the people who come here are shaken and in emotional distress sometimes. And we try to provide comfort and give them assurance that their animal is going to be taken care of over here, and that we have a place for them to come and not be afraid to leave their homes. And we'll do the best we can.
They really want to make it as easy as it can be. They'll even help with walks and feeding. And if you actually want to help them, you want to help them help the pets, you can. They're not going to turn away any pet-related donations. So people in this area, if you want to help with donations, they will gladly accept anything you have. Now, it's not just families with pets that are getting help. It is also pets without families. The Santa Fe Animal Shelter is welcoming in dozens of animals from the fairgrounds, as well as strays that are escaping all of these fires. They're also offering cat litter and cat and dog food for people who need it. This is despite them being at maximum capacity. The shelter has even cleared some of its current animals, sending them to Utah to make room.
One of the things that's truly inspiring in this moment is to see the coordination and how quickly people have mobilized to help the pets of our community. It's really inspiring.
And the shelter is also working with the Glorieta Conference Center by giving crates and kennels to the dogs there. We saw some of those today. Well, New Mexico United is joining a new competition off the pitch. They are hosting a toiletry drive for families impacted by these wildfires. Drop off items at the team store until tomorrow at 2 p.m. United will then drop off their van or go in their van and hand deliver all of these items. Now, you can donate a lot of things. You can donate food, drinks, clothing, diapers, hygiene items at the Santa Fe Fire Station. That is from 8 to 5. The State Employee Credit Union is also collecting donations to give to the Santa Fe Fire Department and Food Depot. They are out fighting in Las Vegas with this, fighting alongside firefighters by collecting items for them. They are collecting cash, non-perishable foods, blankets, and bottled water, and all of this can go to branches. Well, the Food Depot is traveling to Cerrillos in Santa Fe tomorrow from 11:30 to 1. They will also be in Caroni on Friday at the same time. You can see both of those addresses on your screen there. That is where you can go to collect or to donate some of those things. Now, as I do send it back to you guys, I want us to take a look here from the sky. It's terrifying video from NOAA's West satellite. You can see the fires just really high up from here, just showing us how far reaching all of this is.
Yeah, that's really telling there. You know, we see so much of it, the perspective, Kelly, from the ground. When you see above, you can really see the devastation and how it stretches so far.
And I will say satellite has become a very valuable tool in getting to these fires as quickly as possible. On some of our windiest days so far this spring, some of those hot spots have been spotted on satellite before anyone has reported them from the ground. So that way, the meteorologists are able to get in contact with emergency management and firefighters and hopefully get some of those fires out before they become these raging monsters that we have in place with the Cerro Pelado fire and the Calf Canyon fire. That one, of course, merged with Hermit's Peak. So what you're looking at here is representation of the smoke, and that bright pink you see is where the smoke is thickest. Darlene was talking about that smoke pushing into Las Vegas, and sure enough, that's what we're seeing here. Now, as we take a look at the forecast imagery into later this evening, it looks like winds will become a little more northwesterly and start to push that smoke toward the southeast, and then it's expected to settle in right around Las Vegas into early tomorrow morning. Of course, we've got those gusty winds out there right now. The red flag warning for fire danger is set to expire at 9 p.m. tonight, so a little bit of relief in the wind and those super dry conditions at that point.